What's up guys, Rota here and welcome back to yet another amazing video on the channel. So today I thought I'll be showing off one of my favorite decks, one of my favorite fiend decks of all time, and I think it's the best fiend deck there is in Yu-Gi-Oh! So we're going to be talking about Unchained but with Evil Eye. So without any further ado, let's get straight into this deck profile. So for our main Unchained monsters, I just play one of each of the level 8s because you don't really want to see them in your hand when you're going first in multiples. So I just play one of each because you can get them out of the deck whenever you need, really. So I don't think playing anything of more than one is necessary, because if you play more than one, there's a chance you're going to draw into multiples of them. Moving on to the two, probably arguably the best Unchained monsters, it would be the twins. We got Aruha and we got Rakia. We play them at 3 because you want to see them. He specials out your hand by destroying a spell or trap you control, amazing in this deck. And he's a quick effect to destroy a card you control, which is also amazing in this deck because the deck gains advantage of destroying its own stuff and cycling through the deck. So that's why I play 3 of each. I think it is necessary for this build. Now moving on to the latest Unchained. I only play one of him because the way I play it is I special him out the deck when I need, and I just reset anything from the grave. So I play one of him because my normal summons for this deck are already, I don't want to get them too high. So moving on to the Unchained aspect of the deck, I do play triple Cerziel. This card is an amazing normal summon, gets you basically a pop during your opponent's turn. Also has interactions with popping your other cards like Unchained cards, which we all know special out the deck, different things, and gain you advantage. So this has amazing synergy with the deck, and I believe that this is probably one of the strongest versions of Unchained, is playing it with the Evil Eye engine. For generic hand traps, I just play Triple Ash because I just want to play a hand trap that I can use every game and that doesn't have specific requirements to be met. Moving on to the spells here, I play Triple Abomination's Prison. Why wouldn't you play this card? It searches out all your Unchained cards. Basically just play it at 3 because it helps with the consistency of the deck. And if you draw multiples, you can always just set one and then blow it up for later use and special out the deck again. So Abomination's Prison, definite 3 of. Another definite 3 of is the Evil Eye field spell. This gives you access to Cerziel, so in general, you have about 7 ways of seeing Cerziel because we also play the 1 terraforming here to see the field spell. So this is 7 ways of seeing Cerziel because you really want to see Cerziel because he's quite important for the deck because he's an extra interruption during your opponent's turn. So I play 3 of the field spell. Also has advantage when it gets destroyed, adding new Evil Eye cards. I play triple Call By because since you special and search a lot, you want to protect yourself as much as possible from hand traps like Ash, Blossom. So playing triple Call By I think is just the best way. Moving on to our proxy card here. Unfortunately, I don't have any at the moment. This is indeed Pot of Extravagance. This card in this deck is just absolutely amazing because the extra deck is basically just free. So playing triple Pot of Extravagance helps you with that draw power, helps you dig through your deck and get to the cards you want to see. Triple Pot of Extravagance is a definite 3 of. Definite 3 of in any build, really. Moving on to another Unchained card. I played Double Wailing because this card I think is good, but you don't want to see multiples. And you can always search it out. This lets you do some pops in your opponent's turn and during your turn. As soon as you link summon, just pop a card. I feel like through the grind game, this card is really important. Moving on to some Evil Eye cards here, the Equip spell. I just play 2 Selene. I don't play Gorgon because I believe Selene is the most impact card, the most impact equip for Evil Eye cards because you just equip it and then it can't be targeted and it gains attack and it just lets you do its effects as quick effects. Just an amazing card in general, and I play 2 because you can just search it out with Cerziel, so there's no need to play 3. Moving on to the traps here, I do play Triple Infinite Impermanence. This is basically another hand trap, just an amazing card in general, so why wouldn't you play it at 3 with such a combo heavy meta game. For the Unchained card traps, I just play 2 of each because yes, it's good when you see them, but you don't want to see multiples of them, especially when you're going second. So I just play 2 of each. They get the job done, they special out the deck, and you can always reset them with Sarama anyway, so I think 2 of each is just fine. And then for the last card, I do play 1 Evil Eye Retribution. If you already draw the equip and you have Serzial, you can just search a hard spell and trap negate. So that's why I play 1. I think this card is really good. And it's also a spell speed 4 if you have the Evil Eye equip on the field, so they can't even respond to it with Judgment. Moving on to the extra deck here, it's basically just fiend monsters and you just play multiples of them for Pot of Extravagance. I do play Unchained Abomination, probably the best one. You could put this at 3, probably should be at 3, but it's at 2 for this build because I like the versatility of having other fiend monsters in the extra deck. This card's just an amazing card. Basically just says blow up cards your opponent controls. It's basically its effect. And just a really good card for Unchained, not that difficult to make. Now, I do play triple of Unchained Souls of Anguish, again, for Pot of Extravagance. You really just need 1 to survive, to be honest with you. This is just lets you link summon during your turn using opponent's monsters. And I play its counterpart at 3 as well, probably the best Unchained link, Souls. You also need him to survive through the Pot of Extravagance, banishing. So I play 3 of him as well. He's a really important piece in the Unchained deck because he lets you use your opponent's monsters as link summons. And if they have a link too, and you have him, boom, you just got yourself a free Unchained Abomination out on the field. Moving on to the Evil Eye links, I also have triple Gorgon because she's just basically, you can make her, but usually I just have her in for the Pot of Extravagance targets, plus she's a fiend. The Unchained stuff restricts you to just fiends, which everything is, the Unchained and the Evil Eye stuff is all fiends, so just playing more fiends in general and more options. And then for the Nightmare package, I just play 1 of each for versatility. If you want to set stuff back from the grave, if you want to spin something, pop a monster, pop a back row. And they're all fiends, so it works well with this deck. Usually, it's very unlikely you'll banish all your Nightmare cards in 1 Pot of Extravagance, so you have options, which is what I like and why I don't play 3 Abomination. You could cut this out and play a 3rd Unchained Abomination, but there hasn't really been a time where I've really needed a 3rd, so I just put a Nightmare Griffin instead. So that's the end of the deck profile, guys. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and comment down below what deck you want to see next. I think this Unchained Evil Eye deck is the best fiend deck that there is at the moment in Yu-Gi-Oh! Until they release a new one. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and don't forget to subscribe.
It's time! Let's go!